Hey guys, it's me Kate again. So this year is my Spring-into-reading-athon. This is a readathon hosted by 3 hosts, which I think I'll leave all 3 of them linked down below. But don't hold me on that. And it lasts from 1st to 31st of March. So let's go with the poems and the books I'll be reading for them. First things first, we have Spring Cleaning. Read a book that has been collecting dust on your TBR. And for this, I thought that I read this book, but my Audible app says I haven't. So we have Clytemnestra by I don't know who, which is the retelling of story of Clytemnestra. Now I totally could have read this as an ebook on Everend then script and just completely forgot about it and didn't mark it as finished on Audible. But audiobook still definitely has been collecting dust on my TBR, so I'll listen to the audiobook. Then we have New Beginnings. Read the first book in a series. For this I'll be rereading One Dark Window by Rachel Gilling, in which are following Elspeth, who had this sickness, and in this world, this sickness either kills you or gives you powers. And the only thing Elspeth got from the illness is a monster in her head. And one day she bumps into a group of highwaymen who are trying to collect this deck of magical cards, which are kind of like tarot cards, but each of them has a specific power. And stuff goes from there. Then we have Red T-shirt contest with a smutty book. I don't know what I'll read for this, but I have a hunch one of the books that I plan to read during March can count towards this poem, but we'll have to wait and see. Then we have Road Trip, listen to an audiobook. I have a lot of audiobooks that I on my TBR, and for this I'll be listening to A Deal with an Elf King by I think Kelly Scola, but I'm not sure. It's her following a woman who makes a deal with the Elf King, and I forgot the rest of the synopsis. Then we have Let It Shine. Read a cozy book or a book you think will make you happy, and for this I'll be rereading Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Olsen, in which are following Amari, whose brother has been missing for half a year, and one day while going through his closet she finds a briefcase addressed to her, in which she is invited to become part of a pair of supernatural investigations. Then we have Holy Festival of Colors. Read a book with many colors on the cover, or a book written by an Indian author. And for this I'll be rereading Inkheart by Cornelia Frank, in which are following a girl whose dad can make stories come to life, and he disappears into a book. Then we have Spring Fashion. Read a book with beautiful cover. For this I'll be rereading The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, in which are following the war between the Aleti and the Barshendi, which started when Barshendi killed the Aleti king, and stuff goes from there. Then we have Rewind. Read a past season-athon golf book or author. For this I'll be rereading The Extraordinaries by TJ Cronin, which are following Nick, who all he wants to do is become an extraordinary, which are people with powers in this world. Then you have April Showers. Read a book you think will make you sad. That literally never happened. Never happens. It happened once other time, and I never since reread that book, and it's been it's 2025, so going on 7 years. They have Luck of the Irish. Read a book with green on the cover, and for this I'll be rereading Lord of the Wilds by author's name that I'm not sure if I pronounce right, so please don't make me do it. But we're following Lore, who is one of the humans that are living on a planet full of fae, and one day fae find out she knows their language and take her to their enchanted library that none fae can go into. Then we have self-care, take a day for yourself. I probably will. Then we have New Life, read a children's book or middle grade. For this I'll be reading Nanek Paulina by Sanya Pollock, in which we are following Paulina, who tells us her life story in a diary format. Then we have read the group book. The group book doesn't sound appealing to me, but I might read it still. Then we have Spring Forward, read the next book in a series. This is for this I'll be rereading Two Trees and Crowns, which is sequel to One Dark Window by Rachel Killing. Then we have Love is in the Air. Read a romance book or a book centered around friendship. For this, I'll be rereading Felix Ever After by Kenson Calendar, in which are following Felix Love, who is black, trans, and queer, and he becomes a victim of transphobic bullying in school. Then we have Over the Rainbow, read the classic or retelling. For this, I'll be rereading Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, in which we're following Victor von Frankenstein, who makes a monster out of dead people's body parts. Then we have Spring Break, read a YA or new adult book. For this, I'll be rereading Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell, which is the second book in Carry On series, in which of following Simon So, who is the worst chosen one ever to be chosen. His magic is awful, his fighting skills are lacking to say the least, and he hasn't bested the Dark Lord. So we start by following him as he goes into his final year in school and shenanigans he and his friends go into. Then we have Refresher TBR, get yourself a new book, I probably will. Then we have Aquamarine, read a book with water on the cover. For this, I'll be rereading Morsky Named Paulina by Sanya Pollock, which is another Paulina book. Then we have Women's March, read a book featuring a strong female protagonist. For this, I'll be rereading Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, in which are following Mare, who is red, and in this world, reds do not have powers but silvers do. And one day, while working, Mare discovers she does have powers, and stuff goes from there. Then we have Cherry Blossoms, read a book by a Japanese American author. For this, I'll be rereading Death Note Volume 1 by Yutatsu. No, that's the whole other series. Tsukumi Open Takeshi Obata, I think. And that we're following Light, who one day while going home from school stumbles up on a notebook where if you write down the person's name in it, they die. Then we have Aries, read a book with fire on the cover. For this, I'll be rereading Half Baked by Sally Green, in which are following Nathan, who has been locked up in a cage, and he has, because he's half white witch, half black witch, and he has to escape before his 17th birthday or he might die. Then we have Tiptoe through the tulips, read a book with flowers on the cover. I might change this, but For now, I have written down A Deal with the Elf King. Then we have a March Madness. Read a book with splash with sport in it. For this, I'll be rereading Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. And then you have Tiny Umbrellas. Drink our favorite ice beverage. I probably won't, but who knows? But this is it for this video. If you like, please like, share, and subscribe. Down below, I have my social media, my email, and some other stuff, and I'll see you next one.